Hello, colleagues. The topic of our conversation is information and communications technologies in the development of territories based on designing smart cities. Information and communications technology (ICT) currently allows for the development of a set of actions that make it possible to develop territories using completely new principles that mediate initially calculated solutions to the needs of the local communities, residents, local active businesses, and management in the charge of strategic planning and tactical steps for positive transformations in the long run. The originality of these adopted principles is above all the actually to quick process a large amount of information, join together the interests of managers, businesses, and the population to calculate the current and future demands of an area and its customer groups within the selected positive growth scenario. An example of such decisions is the Living Urban Technology Labs, where the solutions is a specific area is assessed using artificial intelligence and ICT development. And this assessment is then used to design urban landscapes with affordable housing, healthcare services, including telehealth, as well as traffic control and other sections. Information and communications technology also makes it possible to scale successful solutions over megapolises that acts as a flagship in the development of a specific area for the whole region, as well as to include the region itself in ongoing large-scale projects that allow it to succeed and to competitive, including at an internal level. One of the most well-known projects being carried out for the digital information and communications infrastructure in the Eurasian land bridge or BOR concept, One Belt, One Road, which is based on the construction of smart cities. This project involves cities in China as well as smart territories in Germany, Malaysia, and Kenya, where companies such as ZTE and Huawei are actively working. In relation to the situation in Russia, it is noted that the development of an information and communications infrastructure also plays a key role. However, according to currently existing assessments that are based on large scale research of the provision of a telecommunications infrastructure, 41 regions of the country have not achieved the industry average indicator corresponding to the subindex. To calculate this subindex, the provision of broadband internet, fixed line and mobile communication to the people in the region was evaluated. The number of organizations equipped with broadband internet was also evaluated. The leading regions in this regard, according to the corresponding subindex value calculated, are given in figure 1. Naturally, Moscow and St. Petersburg are included in the leading regions for this indicator. A defined increase is noticed in all federal subjects of the country. At the same time, there are territories in which this indicator is minimal in comparison to the other regions, as you can see in the picture 2. Uh, it is shows that the same federal districts in these indicators as well in light of the existing trends to develop smart cities as well as the wide-scale regional and interregional projects being carried out based on adopting single information and communications technology established in foreign practice. There is considered to be a justified need to access the possibilities of developing smart cities in Russia based on introducing such a practice in regions where megapolises act as flagships in the evolving of the area. And two words about research and the role of information and communications technology in developing a territory based on designing smart cities. This role based on such positions as accesses the role of the smart city concept in transforming territories based on adopting information and communications technology and validate the possibilities of Russian regions where megapolises are the driving forces in the positive transformation of the socio-economic system of a territory on a digital basis to provide an information and communications infrastructure. In order to understand the idea behind the smart city concept, it is advised to look at the main terms related to it and the interpretations of various authors associated with this concept. So, as you can see, there are some interpretations such as wired city, globalization city, intellectual city, information city, smart community, city knowledge, learning city, sustainable city. It is noticed that all of the interpretations listed include information and communications technology that, on the one hand, act as infrastructure element or platforms for smart cities to operate on. On the other hand, along with providing an infrastructure, this technology is the main idea essence behind joining the interests of target audiences in relation to the future development of a megapolis and the strategic solutions for its transformation. Accordingly, ICT plays a defining role in both the material support and conceptual embodiment of a smart city. It is advised to conduct a comparative analysis of the provided information and communications infrastructure of Russian region, in which cities with a population of over 1 million act as a flagship of growth. This position appears to be justified since cities of such size are an attraction point for investments and human capital and are an element that shapes the development path and vector for the whole region, scaling its own economic model to it. They are the basis for creating smart territories based on the smart city concept. The regions for comparison, according to the research method given, include Moscow, St. Petersburg, Moscow region, and Leningrad region, and etc. In relation to the information and communications infrastructure, the parameter given for comparison was the number of devices with mobile communications plans per 1,000 people, as you can see in figure 4. The next parameter to be analyzed is the number of active mobile broadband internet subscribers per 100 people, as you can see in the figure 5. So, and a few words about conclusions. The development of smart cities and scaling this concept for smart territories is a practically certain scenario in terms of the possibilities for the positive evaluation of territories. And smart cities are becoming an attraction point for intellectual capital in form of highly educated individuals involved in the success of ensuring a future for territories based on adopting targeted applications of the concept of sustainable development and who carry out their communication possibilities using ICT technology. All theoretical positions connected to the smart city concept are based on the use of information and communications technology as an infrastructure platform and ideological construct, bringing together administrative messengers, business solutions, and intentions of the local community. In Russia, the driving forces in the development of smart cities should be considered as megapolises, the majority of which are already carrying out initiatives of the possible transformation of the strategy for planning and managing an urban environment. These megapolises have well-developed ICT and act as generators for the development of their local region, contributing to its transformation into a smart territory. The current foreign experience concerning both local examples of renovating industrial regions of urban areas as well as scaling the smart city concept within interregional projects similar to the experience of China can be demanded and tested in Russia, above all in regions with the most developed ICT today. Thank you for your attention.